Hi, welcome back. Okay, so in this third video on functions, I'm going to explain how we can return a value from a function. Okay, so in the last video, we talked about this function where we have add, where we pass in two parameters, perform the addition, and we print out the result. Okay, but what if I don't want to print out the result, but I want the computation to be done and sent back to me? Okay, that means I want main function to get the result. Currently, main does not know the result of the add, correct? It just passes the numbers and the add function does the operation and prints out the result. But what if I want the main function, in this case the function, the caller, all right, to actually know the result? So in that case, the function must be able to return, okay, a value. Okay, now how do I do that? So basically what I need to do is over here, I need to modify this, and instead of void, I need to put the return type. So in this case, I can put a return type of int. Okay, so that is the first thing that I need to take note of. Alright, and since I'm returning this value, alright, inside the add function, okay, so let me go down here. So I'll be having the add function here, int add, okay, integer x, integer y. Now after I have done everything that I need to do, the last line must be return, okay, and I must return an integer data type. Alright, so when I do this return, what I must also ensure is that the function that call this must have a way of capturing that return, and that means I need to have a variable here to capture that return value that is being passed back. Alright, so that is the important thing, just like how you play basketball or something, alright, where you pass the ball to your friend, and if you know your friend is going to pass it back to you, you must be ready to catch the ball, alright, when your friend passes it back to you. Okay, so it's the same idea, alright, so you have passed some parameters to the function, and since you know that the function is going to return something back to you, you must be ready to capture it. And how can you be ready to capture it? You must already have a variable, okay, to capture that return value. Okay, so to do that, I must declare a data type over here, a variable over here. So I must say integer, for example, result or answer or anything. Okay, so you can use any variable name, but you must have the same data type to capture the return. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to say integer, for example, answer. Alright, I'm going to say answer equals to add. Okay, so let me remove this first. Alright, and since I'm returning an integer, I need to update all the function declaration and function definition. Okay, and what I need to do is the last line. Okay, so I'm not going to print out the result. After I compute the result, I'm going to say return result. Okay, so what does this return result do? It passes back this value to the caller. So who is the caller? The main function. So when I pass it back, it will be captured by this variable answer. Okay, and then over here I can do the answer. Okay, I can do the print out of the answer here. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so you can see that the answer is 12 because I've passed in the values of 5 and 7, and after I compute, I do not do the print here, but I pass it back to main, and main captures the return value in this variable called answer, and then I print it out. Okay, now of course I can do this again and again just as before. Alright, and this time I can put another value, so 14 and maybe 12. Alright, and if I run it again, okay, so the first printout is 12 based on 5 plus 7, and next is 14 plus 12. Okay, so the concept is the same as before, except that now we have an additional idea of the function returning values. Okay, again, this is very useful because sometimes you want a function to perform certain operations, and then you want it to return a value back. Okay, return a value back to the caller. Okay, so that is how you can capture the return value and then you can use that return value for something else in the future. Alright, so this is the third type of function. Again, the two input parameters are here in the bracket, and the first data type that you declare is the return. Okay, so in this case the function is returning an integer, so I specify int over here. Alright, so I hope it is clear how we can now move on to the third type of functions, where we have input parameters as well as a return value. Alright, so of course you have to practice, alright, try different functions, different names, different data types and so on, and see for yourself how all these different type of functions can be implemented in your code. Alright, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.